Today on our How Do I project, we are going to learn how to make a traditional Jamaican snack. If you love fish, you will love saltfish fritters. It is easy to make. If you have the ingredients, it's a delicious snack for you and your family to enjoy. Today we are going to walk through the steps of how to make this snack.
Welcome and thank you for joining us today. We are going to make saltfish fritters, which comes from cold cod that has been dried and preserved by drying after salting. Traditionally, it's dried outdoors by the wind and the sun, but today it is usually dried indoors with the aid of electric heaters. The fish is beheaded and asparagated on a board and boat or a fish. It is then salted and dried ashore. Traditionally, the fish was sun-dried on rocks or wooden frames, but today it is mainly dried indoors by electrical heating. It is sold whole or in portions with or without bones. Let's watch the video and see the steps on how to make this delicious snack.
When you choose the fish you wish to cook with, remember it has an extremely large amount of salt in it. It is best to first start with boiling water. Then turn off the stove and let the saltfish soak out the salt for about 15 to 20 minutes. I do not add extra salt because it's loaded with salt. When you're finished soaking it, take your time and pick out the bones out of the fish. If it does not have any, great, but normally it does. Today, I'm going to make a small batch, so these are the ingredients I will use. 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of water, black pepper, cayenne pepper, which is very hot, so use gloves when cutting into it. And the ingredients you're going to need is onions, cayenne pepper, and scallion, which is optional, but today we're going to use it. And you chop this up in nice fine little pieces. And we're going to dice the onion, chop it up nice and fine, so we get nice little minced parts to put in it. Dicing it and chopping it nice and fine. And be careful of the onions. And last, we have cayenne pepper, Jamaican cayenne pepper. And you have to be very careful, and sometimes you need to wear gloves when you're using this because it's very hot and it can burn you. So you have to be very careful. But we're using the cayenne pepper just to add a little spice to it. It makes it very delicious and brings out the flavor. And this as well, you chop up in fine pieces and mince it up and nice and fine. And you get our seasoning all together.
That looks simple enough. Seasoning is very important in cooking. It really brings out the flavor. I'm curious to know when we start mixing the saltfish fritter. Let's take a look.
After I cut it up, I'm going to pour all the ingredients inside the saltfish dish bowl. Okay, and when we're completed, this is the codfish and the seasoning with the scallion and the onion and the peppers. Some people do use a little bit of salt, but however, I don't, and because it's loaded with a lot of salt in the fish, and so today we're not going to use that. So, and what we need is flour, 1 cup of flour. We're going to pour this in a bowl. And I'm going to pour the seasoning and the saltfish in the bowl. Okay. And kind of grind it up. We're going to use some pepper. Black pepper. I like my fritters a little spicy. And we're going to stir it around. And we're going to need 1 cup of water to add to the saltfish and the flour and the whole mix. I'm going to stir it up so we can get a nice dough-like mixture. I'm going to stir it around real nice and fine. Add a little bit more water. Okay. So we can make a nice soft texture. And stir it around. Just going to stir it around so you can get a nice thick mixture. It really takes no time in doing. And when you complete and mix everything, this is what it's supposed to look like. It's a nice thick, rich, creamy sort of a look. It's nice, thick. It's a little thick. That's how we want it to look. And then we're going to start to fry it.
Okay, just going over the ingredients. We have our saltfish, then flour, water, and spicy seasoning. We have our mixture. When we do, we start to fry. Let's take a look.
Okay. And we're going to use a little bit of olive oil. And we're going to fry this. And we're going to turn it up at medium temperature, and so we can get a nice slow fry. You don't want anything splashing around the kitchen. And I'm going to start dropping the fritters inside the frying pan. And separating them, trying not to let them stick together. It's not a problem if they do. It's just a delicious snack. I mean, it's fine. But it's nice if it's nice and separated. I'm going to pour it in. And one more. Okay, getting it to a nice. We want to fry this to a nice brown crisp, and for about, I would say, 7 minutes, and then we turn it over to the other side until we get a nice golden brown. Complete. This is what it's supposed to look like. These are the saltfish fritters. it's complete. This is the saltfish fritters. This is what I was trying to achieve, and here it is. And this is a nice, delicious Jamaican snack, and it's very delicious.
That looks good. Just in case if I'm forgetting something, what are the ingredients I would need again? Let's take a look.
This is the ingredients you're going to need. You're just going to need a piece of scallion, cayenne pepper, onion, and a cup of water, a cup of flour, and a little touch of black pepper, and olive oil, which I use to fry, and to make the saltfish fritters.
Thank you so much for watching my How Do I project. In this making saltfish fritters, it is good. We hope you enjoyed watching this program today. I am your host. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful and beautiful day.